Everything around the Barkley Marathons is a bit of a mystery. We don't know when it starts exactly. We don't know what is going to be the route of the race. Every year it changes a little bit, but enough to make it more difficult than the previous year. We don't know who are the athletes participating until the very end. The only thing that we have is a report on x.com, what it was used to be called Twitter. And this is thanks to a man called Keith Dunn, the only person that actually sends out a report when the race starts, telling us how it's going, giving us little hints enough to understand what is going on at the Frozen Head State Park. And last year I was lucky enough to interview Keith and ask him a few questions about his experience at Barkley Marathons. And here is the clip. And remember, subscribe, because very soon we will launch the full documentary, and I can't wait.
I'm Keith Dunn, and I am an observer and commentator on the race.
You are the only commentator.
I'm the only one in camp usually.
How come you chose Twitter, what now is called X, to document this race?
So that's something that sort of evolved because when I joined Twitter in the early days, I wasn't quite sure what to do with it or what it would be useful for. And then when hashtags came along, one of the things that struck me was you could use a common hashtag to tweet an ultra marathon, which I don't think had been done at that point. Lots of people do it now, but then it was like, well, that would require lots of people tweeting on a common hashtag, and I'm only one person. So what ultra marathon is out there where everything happens at one place? And that is the Barkley. Everything happens at the Yellow Gate. And I've been involved with the race before, so I approached Laz with the idea. I think he was skeptical, but he allowed me to do it, and it's just sort of evolved from there.
How many years have you been doing it?
My first year was 2009.
Can you tell us something about this race?
The race is profoundly unfair, but I think everybody knows that, so I'm not. The thing about this race, and that I think most people don't appreciate, is this really is a race for runners, not for spectators. Runners come out here to test their limits, to see exactly what they can do, and I certainly understand the urge to spectate the event because I love watching races myself, but this race is not designed for that, is not set up for that. So that's something that I think most people don't fully appreciate. I've always said, Barkley's a family, and one of the things that I look forward to every year is coming down and being with people that I might see only once or twice a year. But I feel very close to them. I feel like they are my family. And it's the reason why this race this week is the one thing in my schedule that is set in stone, is so that I can be with these folks when I have the opportunity.
Yeah, what is your primary job? What do you do?
I'm an attorney.
So how do you manage this week, this few days?
I just leave. I have a very tolerant boss. I have a very tolerant set of supervisors who understand the importance of this race to me and who are 100% supportive of me being here.
What do you think about the popularity of the race, the awareness that people are having, and you see it still capable to grow around the world, or we reached?
I think it's going to continue to grow. I think ultra running as a sport continues to grow in popularity. I think that a lot of races are a lot more accessible, and so it's easier to find. Like some races, they've got trackers on runners. You know exactly where they are. This race will never have that. So there's always going to be sort of an insatiable appetite to get whatever information you can about what is happening in real time during this race. And I think that as the popularity of the sport grows in general, the popularity of this race is going to grow as well. And certainly with the rise of social media, this is just not going to go away. It's just going to keep becoming bigger and bigger, in my opinion.
And do you think the race is going to change a bit now that Laz is giving a bit of control to
Carl?
To Carl.
I asked me that question in 5 years, and I'll tell you the answer to that. I think I think I would be a fool to speculate on that. I just don't know. They have worked together for so many years. Carl has been a runner in this race. He's certainly appreciative of the culture and the history and all the rest of it. There inevitably will be change because people are different, right? But how that change manifests itself will be interesting to see over time.
Initially, I came here to document the adventure of Harvey Lewis. What do you think about his performance?
I th- so Harvey Lewis is a friend, and I have a deep admiration and respect for him. I would like to have seen him go further. I haven't talked with him to know the reasons why he didn't. But I just I really want to see him go. I'd love to see him go 5 loops on this course, but certainly I want to see him just stay out there longer than he was able to this year.
For me, it's mind blowing to see an athlete that is able to do what he did at the backyard or Badwater, totally different races, but with capabilities that are probably mostly unhuman.
Yeah.
And then coming here and struggling like probably most of the other people.
Well, it's different skill sets. There's different skill sets, certainly for the backyard than for this. And he is the master of the backyard. I would never want to compete against him, in a competitive situation in that format. But different people have different strengths, and the backyard, fits his strengths very, very well.
And now coming to this year, we're witnessing history in the making with 7 potential finishers, and one of this is going to be the first woman.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about this?
Obviously, I'm thrilled for Jasmin if she does finish, but this really shows, right, what an impact the weather has. Absolutely, you have athletes who have been here before whose runs have been derailed by the weather and by other circumstances. Here you have perfect weather, you have, a good course, and these folks are really working to their maximum potential. And it's really kind of exciting to see. It's just a lot of fun. I'm loving every second of this.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.